welcome back. It's Roxana. If you're new here, check out my other videos that talk about myself and my CPA exam journey and different things that I've done over the course of becoming a CPA. I'm still in the running, so I'm not there yet. I do have to still work and get my hours in. I have my education and my exams done and the ethics exam in California. Today I had a really highly requested video. Actually, like 2 people I think asked for this, but hey, it's still relevant and it is something that I didn't know when I was studying. So I wanted to talk today about review and how to do that. So my review recommendation is 2-part. The first part is going to be reviewing every week as you're leading up to finishing your material. And then my second part of review is actually at the end of reviewing all the material. So you're going to want to go back and review all the material maybe 2 to 3 weeks before your exam day. And usually I recommend about 12 weeks that you have to go through all the material. And so in that 12 weeks, you want to be finishing the material like week 9 or 10. That way you have time before your exam to go back, because that's when you really start learning and applying all the concepts. And that's actually when I do a lot more task-based simulations. I know some people have questions about, do I do it in the beginning? Do I do it at the end? It's really whatever you feel comfortable doing. I didn't really do a lot of task-based questions in the beginning because I was just learning the concepts, and so towards the end I would go back and do some of them. In the beginning I did some easier ones, and then as I learned the concepts I did some harder ones. So that's kind of up to you. I would say to still try it out because you want to be able to know the software on exam day and be comfortable with it. So definitely try some task-based simulations, but really the bulk of your learning is going to be the videos, reading the book, depending on your study style, and then ultimately the multiple choice questions. That's really what I learned over my time of taking the exams, is the multiple choice questions will teach you, and then from there you can use those concepts for the task-based simulations. So going back to my part 1 of review every week. So let's just keep it simple and say that week 1 you did section 1. At the end of that week I probably wouldn't do review because it's your first week and you've already looked at everything in section 1. And then for week 2, you would be going through sections 2 and 3. So at the end of week 2, I would maybe do 10 multiple choice questions or some review from section 1 and then some review from section 2. You probably don't have to do review from section 3 here because you're already studying that at the end of the week. And so you kind of already have that in your mind. So let's say week 3, you do sections 4 and 5. At the end of week 3, you're going to want to do some review sections 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because like I said, at the end of week 3, you'll probably be finishing up section 5. And this might be a lot, so just try to, keep track, just because it's easier once you're planning it out. So by the end of week 3, you've gone through sections 1 through 5. And so maybe you can do 10 multiple choice questions of section 1 and 2, and then 10 multiple choice questions of sections 3 and 4, or split it up however you'd like. As I moved on in the weeks, I would start grouping up sections, so that way you're also getting a feel for going from question to question, section to section, because on exam day you're not going to get all section 1 questions and then move on to section 2. It's going to be a mix, so it's good to practice that. And the reason I'm saying to go through section is I took Roger CPA review, and in that review course it's by section. I know other review courses maybe go by units or different parts, but just kind of see what fits with you. I would just say whatever you do in week 1, you're going to want to take some time at the end of week 2 to go over what you've done in week 1 and the first part of week 2. So hopefully that makes sense. I know when I was studying, I had a group. This was before COVID-19. This is when you could still meet up with people. And so my group, we would meet up on Saturdays. So I would reserve that for review day with my peers. So for example, if we were all working on the same section, the same exam, then I would save that to be reviewing with them. So that way we're explaining to each other and kind of seeing different points of view to learn better. And then if we were on our own, then I would either keep going in my sections or save time and do my review while I was with them. It kind of kept me accountable, and I was able to go back and review, because that's really how you're going to memorize and know this material once you're reviewing it as many times as you can. So now for my second part of review, I would say that at the end, let's say week 9 out of 12, you're done with the material. And so I would say that at this point, you want to go through the material again and go through sections 1 and 2 and 3 maybe that week and split it up. If you have like 2 or 3 weeks left, kind of split it up. If you have 15 sections, maybe do 5 per week. And I know that sounds like a lot. It really does. And I was overwhelmed when I started doing this, but really it goes by a lot faster because you already know, well, I would say you've already seen the concepts, and so now you're just reviewing those concepts. It's not like you're relearning them. So I think it goes by a lot faster, at least it did in my case. And so with this, I would add in whatever number of multiple choice questions your exam will have. So for example, I believe FAR has 31 multiple choice questions per Testlet 1 and Testlet 2. So I would add in 31 multiple choice questions of all the sections so that you're getting a feel of bouncing back and forth from section to section, which seems really hard, and it really, you get it because you see all the material, you're reviewing, and you're ready for this. So don't be afraid to do those 31 question multiple choice quizzes from all the sections. And so add those into your week and your last 2 or 3 weeks leading up to the exam so you get some of that practice. And then also you can go back and review, like let's say you do sections 1 through 5 the first week, so week 10 of your studying, and then you do sections 6 through 10 the next week. So you could also do another quiz of 1 through 5 at the end of week 2 of your study. I hope this makes sense. It's like your second time through the first week when you go through sections 1 and 5 again. Then at the end of that week, you don't really have to do a lot of review because you've already done that, unless you want to review sections that are coming in the future because you've already reviewed them before, so that should be fine. But just tailor this to you. Basically, my biggest thing is save time each week to go back and review what you reviewed the week prior or earlier that week. And then the second part is just to do as much review as you can at the end. So I would actually go through and do all the sections again. That's all the multiple choice questions per section, and then I would also watch the cram course, and I would do this 2 times fast. So just remember that you don't have to watch it at 1 time speed, maybe 1.5. You know, at this point, and I talk really fast usually, so 2 times speed wasn't too hard for me, and I even watch YouTube videos at 2 times speed, so that's a really good tip for my videos when you're watching them or when you're studying, to watch it a little bit faster, and it saves time if you can. And you can always pause, you know, I would always have to pause and write down whatever Roger was saying or writing on the whiteboard, so don't feel bad if you have to pause. Awesome. Well, I hope you learned a lot in this video about reviewing. I know it's hard, but find your way. Leave comments below if you need specific answers or questions, and follow me on Roxana's Way to CPA on Instagram. If you message me, I do my best to get back to everybody who messages me on there. If you have, you know, in-depth questions, or if you need help planning, I'm here for you guys. I know it's hard. I just did it, and it was the hardest thing I've done in my life. So I'm here for you all, and I really hope you're enjoying this channel and learning just a little bit more to help you on your journey. Thanks so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe to my channel, share my video if you know other people that are studying and need help or tips on the CPA exam. See you on the next video. And so today I just want to talk a little bit more about my other dog. Awesome. Well, I hope you learned this bit on this. I think that's it. So yeah.